A man is arrested for stealing from a crime scene. A deputy is seeking dismissal in a court case, and a U.S. Senator is coming to the Gulf Coast for a commencement ceremony. We have a lot to talk about. It's time for News 5 now.
Brought to you by Green and Phillips Injury Lawyers, covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. News 5 Now starts right now.
Hello, everyone. I'm Roseanne Haven. It is December 10th, 5:35 on this Wednesday evening. Boy, we're getting closer and closer to Christmas. You're watching News 5 now. This is where we go over the big stories of the day and we get your feedback on some of these stories. Let's go ahead and do our countdown to the big stories, starting with number 5. Mixed results coming out of Baldwin County. The latest housing report is showing the average sales price decreased from this time last year in the resort areas, including Orange Beach, Fort Morgan, and parts of Gulf Shores, a decrease of nearly $300,000. This is information released by Baldwin Realtors. Properties also stayed on the market longer. On the other hand, more properties were sold than this time last year, and the average sales price in the traditional residential market went up slightly. Number 4. All right, music lovers, check it out. The Wharf in Orange Beach announcing 2 concerts for next August. Toto, Christopher Cross, and the Romantics will perform on August 4th, and the Goo Goo Dolls on August 21st. Tickets for both events go on sale on Friday. Number 3, a former Escambia County, Florida deputy, Greg Nesmith. He's accused of hitting and killing 2 people on Perdido Key Drive in July. Now he's trying to get out of the charges. His legal team fighting vehicular homicide charges. The crash happened as Nesmith was leaving an off-duty job in an unmarked sheriff's vehicle. Now, according to the arrest report, he was doing 70 miles an hour in a 45 zone on his way back to Pensacola when he approached the intersection of River Road. Nesmith's attorney, Chris Crawford, says there were 4 young adults getting ready to cross the street, and he says they were trying to beat an ambulance headed westbound. Crawford says by the time Nesmith was able to pump the brakes, he was already colliding with the 2 people, a 20-year-old man from Hoover, Alabama, and a 20-year-old woman from Calera, Alabama. Nesmith resigned from his role as deputy after the crash, and he's scheduled for an arraignment on December 19th. His attorney is asking for a hearing to argue why the arrest should be thrown out. We'll, of course, continue to follow that story for you. Number 2, U.S. Senator Katie Britt will be delivering the commencement speech at the University of South Alabama's fall graduation ceremony that's coming up Friday morning. More than 1,300 students are expected to graduate this semester. And number 1, a Northwest Florida man who found the body of a missing 14-year-old girl now arrested. 45-year-old Mitchell Edens is charged with failing to report a death to law enforcement along with theft. The Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office says Edens found the body of Danica Troy shot and burned on Kimberly Road December 2nd. Investigators say Edens told others he found Troy's body, but he didn't tell the law. Troy's scooter was also allegedly found in Edens' home. 2 teenagers are charged with the premeditated murder in Troy's death. And that's a look at our big stories at this hour. Now we're going to move on to the question of the day and share your answers. Our question: what are your thoughts on Hangout Music Festival not happening this year? What do you think about that? Let's see. Gonna scroll and see what you think about that. Diane Johnson says, good, we'll save money. Sam Spencer says so. Guess Sam isn't too worried about it. Okay, let's see. Jaron White says, my thoughts, bring Bayfest back. Have it inside the new arena being built. Jenny Farrow says, I'm old, I could care less. Oh, come on, Jenny, I bet you're not. Ray James says, so not affecting me one way or another. Belladonna says, who cares? I know we spoke with some business owners in the area. They care a lot because they say it's money out of their pocket. All right, Clark Woods says Mayor Tony Kennon, of course, the mayor of Orange Beach, should take this opportunity to have a music festival there in Orange Beach. Or Clark says they could welcome it in Perdido Key. Alan Potter says, awesome. Ashley Watts Hollinghead says, never been and never want to go. Okay, well, we thank you all for your comments there. And now we're going to move on to our Facebook poll. We wanted to know, will the McGregor Avenue reopening affect your commute? Here's how you voted. 40% of you said yeah, 60% of you said no. Okay, those of you who are affected are glad it is reopened. Okay, answer our next question of the day. What is your favorite Girl Scout cookie? Ooh, I love Samoas and those Thin Mints. However, I haven't had any in quite a while. Also, vote in our next Facebook poll. We want to know your vote on this. Should it be legal to grow medical marijuana at your home? You know, there's a new bill, a proposed bill out of Florida that would allow medical marijuana patients to grow, I believe, 6 plants as long as the seeds are bought from a licensed facility in the state. So we'll be back here tomorrow to share your results, to see what you think. In the meantime, I hope you have your TV on. If not, turn it on to WKRG News 5 at 6 starts in just about 19 minutes. I'll be on there with my co-anchor, Peter Albrecht, along with our chief meteorologist, Ed Bloodsworth, and our sports director, Gerhard Mathangani. Boy, today was such a nice, beautiful day. Ed and I rang the Salvation Army bell at Sam's Club in Mobile, and it was just gorgeous. And so many of you stopped by and said hello and said how much you were enjoying the weather and said you'd be tuning in. And I hope you do that. And for those of you who came out and gave, thank you. Also today, I got the opportunity to go shopping for the Magical Christmas Toy Drive with our friends from Wind Creek. They have been participating in our toy drive for 16 years. Just a great group of people. The workers were the best of the best is what they're called. And boy, they were so positive and happy, and just knowing they were providing smiles on the faces of needy boys and girls this Christmas. The Magical Christmas Toy Drive, we are still collecting toys, and we're going to be doing that through this Friday. So if you haven't yet, we hope you'll participate. You can drop off toys here at WKRG Studios, 555 Broadcast Drive. We also have a studio and in Pensacola drop-off location at the SCI building in downtown Pensacola. There's a good chance you'll see Drexel Gilbert there. Also, for a slew of our sponsor locations, you'll find that on WKRG.com. But time is running out. I hope you're having a wonderful evening, everybody. See you on the tube. Bye.
Covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. You are watching News 5 Now, brought to you by Green & Phillips Injury Lawyers.
In the courtroom, the judge knows best, and this judge does too. If you've been hurt in a wreck, you need a law firm that knows the system and how it works. I'm attorney David Green. Call or come by anytime. You never need an appointment.